Hi. Welcome to Pick Central. Is this going out? Can y'all hear me through your headphones?
Yes, we can hear
Okay, all right. My headphones are done. I can't hear anything. Okay, so it is Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show where we talk gambling and a whole bunch of bullshit. Brandon Walker, pretty much the whole crew here. No, it is the whole crew, right? This is the whole crew. Rico's over there.
Yeah.
You growing a beard?
Trying something new, yeah.
How do you think it's going so far?
Not great, but
It looks good in the middle.
it's itchy as shit.
It looks good in the middle, bad on the sides.
Yeah, I know, it's patchy. I'm thinking then if the beard fails, I'm going to bring back the chin strap. See how that goes.
Okay, well, the way you just did it, that's not a chin strap at all. You did it like from your eyes.
Yeah, well, I mean, all right, here, you want to get technical?
Yeah.
Chin strap.
And you know how
chin strap's a bad look.
you know exactly how that's going to go.
Oh, yeah. My best friend used to have it in college in like
I-
08. It was sick.
Sign me up for chin strap Rico. I would do that. Oh, I would love to
It'd
see
be such a bad look.
that. Boys, Smitty off a big win.
Big month win, yes.
I was
Eagles.
talking about the Eagles beating the Jets.
Oh, yes. Can see that coming
Anytime
from
we
a
show
mile
up
away.
on a Monday and the Eagles have won, it means you're not pissy all day.
Well, it depends how they win. The Panthers win, I was still
You got a
pretty
quarterback
pissy.
issue, by the way?
No.
Sure.
No. Well, I mean, you call in any Philly sports radio station, yeah, for sure. But as far as Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew goes, it's Hurts for the rest of the season. But I will say this. They have two extremely likable quarterbacks that both show flashes, but in the end probably aren't the answer. So do you really have a quarterback?
But there is a world where Gardner Minshew is a better NFL quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Possibly. But we already saw what Gardner Minshew can do long term.
Yeah, but we saw that at the Jags, right? Anyway, he won.
Hey, Electric, great guy. Did you see his thing with his dad afterwards?
I did.
Yeah, awesome.
His dad was beating him up.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Though they're from Mississippi too. Boys, how you boys doing?
He was hitting a child.
Well, that's how you want to start the show? Talk about Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts?
I'm going through everybody and talking about their teams. Smitty's an Eagles fan.
I just wanted to say, listen, I think we have to give credit where credit's due. I wanted to give some due credit to the best college football mind we have at the company, Martin Archibald Mush.
Thank you.
He had Alabama.
Thank you guys.
Said we're all wasting our time.
He saw it the whole way. And I'd like to also congratulate him on his new show on Sling, the Marty Mush College Football Show, presented by Marty Mush.
Thank you guys.
And if you guys have Sling, it starts at 5 o'clock tonight. He's taking calls, so
you know
really
what?
happy for him. It's somebody that works as hard with college football as Martin does, and he puts in the time, he puts in the work, he does the research, and
Marty,
results speak
Did you
for
go
themselves.
2-0? Did you go 2-0 and win totals too?
Oh, my win totals are fantastic. Let me tell you, so when someone like me, where it just keeps getting pushed down, like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking
Marty,
about.
let me ask you a question.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. One sec, the guy who's the best college football mind's talking. Then it just keeps getting pushed down. Put his head down. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Alabama, an idiot. They're not going to make the college football, I heard. And all of a sudden, they didn't even make it. They're the number one team and the favorite to
They
win it
are.
all.
I was completely wrong about them all year, and we'll talk about that. We're going to talk college football. Outside of Will Anderson, who was Alabama's best defensive player on Saturday?
See, the thing is, so let me tell you something. That's a low move right there.
No, that's not.
Because if
you want to do the thing.
No, but the thing is, what does it pay off to know the fucking eighth guy on Stanford's
you can
team?
know the second.
Or does it actually, who was just right? Like, not it's not even a joke. Like, I know
Marty,
you're trying to show me up.
But Marty, you just chose Alabama.
No.
I mean, that's
No, I didn't. You didn't, though.
I didn't. Correct, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, if I'm saying Georgia hasn't played anybody, you're like, oh, well, they're the best. They have the best defense. How many fucking times do we have to tell you guys defense doesn't win college football?
To a point, that's correct. It didn't win Saturday, but if you
never wins.
If you look at this playoff, Marty, 3 of the teams are defense first.
It
teams.
is defense.
And then who's the favorite?
Alabama's a short favorite, a very short favorite.
It's a favorite, though. You're proving my point.
I wouldn't say
and Alabama's defense is also 7th in the nation totally. Their defense has become elite towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but the Georgia doesn't have an offense. Alabama has an offense. Michigan has barely an offense.
Georgia didn't look like that much of a defense.
Michigan has a
either
top
once they
20
faced
offense.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's a barely an offense.
No, it's not. It's a top 20 offense.
Barely an offense.
No, it's not. Michigan has Michigan. In the last 3 games, they've scored 59, 42, and 42.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa's got an elite defense. I mean, if you want to talk college football, let's talk college football.
Can't be an elite defense when you let up 40. You can't be.
That's what I'm saying. Michigan has their offense towards the last month of the season has been really good.
All I'm saying is I have been very right about everything.
About
I have
Alabama. You were right about Alabama. Yeah.
I've been right about Georgia, too.
We'll see. I'm going to. I'm at a crossroads. You know, I was obviously wrong about Alabama making the playoff. I think Georgia's going to win the national title. So
Oh, God.
I'm gonna double back down. I'm gonna get back in on it.
That's the thing. You just can't admit when you're wrong.
I was completely wrong. How is that not admitting when you're wrong?
Because you're still going with Georgia?
But if they play again, knowing what we know now, I mean, I think with Mechie out too.
I know he's a huge factor.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, oh, Cincinnati's going to have a chance with fucking Mechie out. It's like, no, they're not.
So I think Cincinnati can keep the Cincinnati covering is not crazy to me.
It's not.
When do we start doing this?
I like this.
Cincinnati covering is not crazy because.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Cincinnati covering is not crazy because
I don't think it's crazy.
Alabama
but
with one elite receiver and Cincinnati has what Georgia doesn't have. They have an elite man-to-man cover corner. Sauce Gardner is the best cover corner in the country, perhaps. So I think that, but I don't know how they're going to score very much against Alabama.
Like covering, sure, isn't crazy. I'm still not going to take them, but Alabama is just—they're not going to lose to Cincinnati. They just won't.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either. I think we're headed towards Alabama and Georgia. Although Georgia-Michigan is probably, since the playoff started, probably the most interesting semifinal game I can remember. Georgia-Michigan is they're the same team.
Same exact.
Can we just get 2 good ones?
I don't think we're going to
I
get 2
don't
good
know
ones.
that that's going to happen.
No.
I wouldn't mind 2 out of 3.
Just
If
the
we get
you
2
know what
out
I
of
mean?
3.
Like you wait all year for this. It's a fucking who's in, who's out, who's up, who's down, and no matter what, New Year's Day you get a blowout. It's disappointing. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so we're gonna circle back to college football. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about pro football.
With the Georgia though, do you agree that they fucking have the wrong quarterback in?
100%. We're going to talk about that.
I've been saying that all year.
Agreed. We're going to talk about all the college football, but first, a couple things. Number one, we now know who will play in the very first Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. It is Boise State and Central Michigan. The game on New Year's Eve, 2 o'clock Eastern, will be streaming here. If you've seen, I just go through the list. We're going to have a dozen live show out there in the desert.
Sold out already,
There's
too.
going to be a KFC radio show out there in the desert. There's going to be a 4-play scramble out there in the desert. And then there's, I'm missing something.
Dana Beer pub crawl.
How did he pull this off? Dana Beer's
Crazy.
bar crawl.
Buckled
The buckled bar crawl.
with Dana Beers and friends.
Back.
Are you one of the friends?
No, I am not going to that. You know what? It's buy tickets. That will actually be fun. How can you not be fun?
It'll be fun.
3
It'll-
bars.
So we have a ton of things going on out there.
Just telling
do the-
chicks he's back.
Well, the thing is, Dana's gonna he's gonna Irish exit the second ball.
You
That's
think?
that's how he operates.
Even on his buckled tour?
Yeah, he goes too fast, and he just Irish exits and doesn't tell anybody he's gone. So you might be.
So by the third bar, you're by yourself.
Yeah, you'd be with just the friends.
So we got a ton of stuff out there. There you go. The buckled bar crawl starting at 5 o'clock. Then the dozen live show at the Playground
Did you say
Bar and
Pup
Lounge.
Punk?
I did not. That's the
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Arizona Scramble all day on Thursday, then the KFC Radio Live show, and then the Pup Punk concert, which I did not go to the one on Friday. I've been to one in Indiana. I'm sure everybody in this room has probably been to one. It is fantastic. Fucking fantastic. And then Friday, full day of games. Tickets on sale, the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. And, boys, there's just something about Boise State that still clicks with me, man. There's something about Boise State, their name, their brand, the blue field, everything. Boise State, Central Michigan, terrific matchup. I believe Central Michigan 8-4, Boise 7-5 this year. But
You
they did
have a
have
line yet?
Boise's 10.5 and 52.5.
Boise did win. Boise has a top 10 win this year. Beat BYU on the road. So
Field should be half blue.
half blue, half green.
Yeah.
That would work. Would you do it 50-50, or would you do it long ways?
It's got to be 50-50.
Yeah, I think it's got to be 50-50. That'd be
It's
wild.
got to be like the touchdowns.
Long
Maybe
ways, I think,
those.
would look better.
Nah.
It'd be impossible. Yeah, so we've got the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. And a subject of some debate before the show, the first Pick Central Parlay is live on the Barstool Sportsbook app. The first Pick Central Parlay is live. It is plus 670 today. Smitty's pick and Rico's pick and my pick. You've got Morehead State
crazy.
minus 10.5. That's Rico. Grizzlies plus 5.5 against the Heat. That's me. And Dallas Stars minus 1.5. The Mr. The Ice God himself weighs in. there you
that
go.
goalie.
TJ, can you do me a favor real fast? Can you bring up
Yeah.
the standings for this month so far?
Mm-hmm.
Just when you get a chance, just something we got to see.
It's early in the month.
Well, not really.
Oh, yeah, it is
6
early
days
in the month.
in.
It's early in
6
the month.
days. It's a lot of days with a weekend in.
I mean, Mintz is still positive.
I'm
That's
over
early.
500, boys.
true.
Watch out.
That is true.
Hey, man.
But this is okay. Brandon Walker, 7th.
No separation for anyone.
7th.
No
place.
separation.
I mean, it's very open.
7th place. Brandon Walker is putting his pick into the Pick Central poll.
This is launch day. I'm going to be in it, and tomorrow we will have the top 3. It'll be, as of now, it'll be Smitty and Rico and Big F. But, Mintz could get in there. You could get in there.
I must have missed the bulletin.
Yeah, well,
must have missed the memo.
Rico had a meeting without us, and I asked, "Hey,
It was Rico's idea.
One sec, let me explain. No, Rico had the meeting without us. It was his idea, which a good idea. I think we stupid not to have a Pick Central parlay yet. But then they came out and they said, should it be the last month winner, or the daily winners? I said it should be the top 3 from every
Like a
in the
hot hand
standings.
parlay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And then we got today. Big Ev didn't get a text because Rico said he wouldn't have answered by 11.
I was awake.
Oh,
I was here at 11.
There was no lies in that whole thing, and you know it.
there's
There's parts
what
of the
lie?
story that tell you're not a
You're
meeting
telling half
guy.
the story. You're telling half
I
the
like
story.
a meeting.
You like a meeting?
If I'm on the show, I'll
Rico came to me last week, said, I got an idea.
How do we
I
get
said-
this off
I
the
said,
ground?
How do we get it off the ground? And I said, okay, great idea. Let's get it off
What
the
do you
ground.
want to do, monthly or daily?
Smitty was walking by.
Top 3.
Smitty was walking by and said, well, Smitty's got a good mind for this stuff. Let's get him. And the 3 of us said, well, we'll do the Pick Central parlay. And we said, it was going to be us 3 the first day, and then we after that we talked to you guys because we didn't know how we were going to do it each day. After that, we decided, it'd be the top 3. So we launched it today with us 3. Tomorrow it will take shape. I don't know why that's a big deal.
I mean, once you're told, Big Ev, we were told.
It's just strange you say we agreed on the top 3, and then the first day it starts, we just don't do
But
the top 3.
again, we were
guys in
seeing what
last
we were going to
place.
do after the first one. We were seeing what we're going to do after the first one.
That's launch. You couldn't figure out.
Smitty and Rico, am I
launch day.
off base here?
It doesn't seem like they're backing you up.
It's a launch day.
Launch day doesn't mean anything. You can do launch day with anything because you know you're wrong.
I was in the impression that the top 3 hot hands would be from the start. But
Okay.
I'm okay with the launch day idea. I think it's okay.
So there was never a launch day idea. Smitty's telling the truth.
Don't look at me like that.
You are a miserable.
I'm not. I'm miserable. You know who should be miserable right now? It's fucking Za, who ruins our $150,000 parlay before fucking breakfast is done.
Didn't even get out of bed before that thing was over.
I
That was
woke up to a
unbelievable.
loser.
How did it go? Does anybody keep? I know mine hit.
Mine hit.
So Za lost. Big Cat, who inserted himself into the parlay, which is fine. Like he responded to the text, but I wasn't expecting
He
that. He
lost.
lost with Georgia. But there were 2 other losers. We went between us, like the people who like gamble every day. We went 7 and 2. Guess who the 2 losers were?
I mean, I'm obviously one of them.
Bingo, bango.
Mine's wasn't bad. Look, I had the over and
I
Pitt
would
Wake.
like it on the
wasn't
record that Ev swerved in front of me pretty damn quick.
Yeah,
on
and
that.
I
He
saved
did.
you because you were going to give Houston plus the points.
did.
Look,
I saved you.
I don't
I
know.
gave a winner.
Pit Wake. I mean,
Since
I
minus
wasn't
10.
that bad.
It's such a long
What'd you have,
shot
the over?
I had the
regardless.
over, and it was 21-14.
I don't hate that, and I like the over in the MAC game. I
What do
think
you
that's
mean?
Sam
you
Hartman.
don't-
Sam Hartman
He
melted
goes,
down.
I don't hate the pick. It lost.
I was on it, and there was
Yeah, but you
35
can't say
points
it.
scored in
You
the
can't
first quarter.
say I don't
Wait,
hate
which
the
one?
pick when it lost.
Pitt Wake.
Mitzi told us pick.
That was a bad beat.
Fine.
Yeah, that's
But
what
you
I'm saying.
can't- Again, you
It's one
can't
thing
say
to
you
lose
can't
by
hate
40
it.
Also,
points and another
the
to
MAC got
I
close
think.
for whatever reason. They were kicking fucking field goals.
Hey, look,
Both of it should have hit.
Kent just
10
couldn't score.
team parlay, 300 to 150K. Obviously, it was a long
Guys, it
shot.
doesn't matter. Za screwed us from the
Just
start.
like to get past breakfast.
Right.
Waking up to that was brutal.
That would have been nice.
I had the biggest case of anxiety. I thought that thing was going to go 9-1. Yeah. you were not going to see me ever again.
Oh, I told him if it went 9-1, he had to surrender his visa.
Yeah, no,
I was going to, trust me.
that's fair. That's so
You
fair.
gonna take the man's credit card?
Jesus
Everything.
Christ, Brandon.
Whole wallet.
No, don't. Oh, Christ. Now you see, your idiocy just doubles down on like the mediocrity of the this.
Just wave on wave on wave.
Yeah. Do you know what a visa is, Big F?
Yes, I was joking.
Oh,
His green
Mine,
card.
I at least have the excuse of a dad joke.
He has a work visa. His green card.
okay.
He's Italian.
Well, I'm just making sure.
He's not
I'm
Italian.
making sure.
What'd you say?
It's his talent visa.
Oh, it's talent visa.
It's a performer.
How's that work, Zai? You have to get that thing renewed every now and then?
Yeah, when it expires, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, I mean, so the one I got this time round, which I don't know what the fuck was going on, was like 1.5 years, as opposed to the first time round was like 3 years. I think it was based off my contract length.
Well, I'll tell you what, Big F. Just go tell Jack. Tell Jack we're redoing the parlay, and you get in it, and
Nah,
you
it's
put
okay.
your
It's
Patriots
okay.
pick in
It's
there.
okay.
I don't know. You don't want to mess with Penn when it comes to that stuff.
I just don't know if I can support the parlay tonight when I was lied to.
You wouldn't have been in it anyway.
I know. I want my hottest gamblers, want my guys, whoever's hot. You're not hot right now.
I got a 3-day stretch of being cold. The
How
last
are you
2 months
saying
have
it
been pretty
again?
fucking
So
hot.
Monday night, if you go 3-0, you're in it for
No,
Tuesday?
whatever the standings
Monthly
are.
standings.
top
Monthly.
So,
seven.
but that might not
standings.
change very much.
That means you're hot.
Yeah,
So
that
win.
means you're consistently the best
Makes sense.
odds to
I don't-
win
Yeah,
the
you're not
parlay.
losing.
Look, I don't care
Yeah.
if I'm never in it. As long as you guys are hot, I'll take you. I'd rather take
right.
your picks.
You want Mintz like winning
Never
one
want
unit
Mintz,
one
no.
night, and all of us winning 0, and then him picking the next night?
Could happen. I might sneak in the top 3 for a night or two here.
Mitch is
better
in
not.
fourth right now. He could be tomorrow.
I know.
Might.
I hope
If
so.
you sneak in the top 3, we're canceling it.
Oh man, I'm due, boys. I'm due. Come on.
Also, shout out to Mintz. We did settle the egg bet on Saturday. It went public. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. You
Not a very good thrower.
no, you kind of soft tossed me. You threw at my legs, and that's fine. I appreciate that as a human being. But you did throw at my legs.
Hit you in the nuts once.
You did hit me in the nuts. Technically, you hit me in one
I didn't
nut.
want to hit you in the face. I mean, I
You
don't
hit
know.
me in the
I
right
didn't-
nut.
I didn't really want to hit you in the face.
Devlin saved the day.
Yeah, you hit me.
Devlin hit the kill shot, headshot.
That's what Devlin does.
No.
That was a good line.
That was funny. I want to congratulate myself. I lost $700 on Gonzaga,
Yeah,
and I still won plus $3,000 for the weekend. You
That's-
believe that?
it's really fucking good.
That never happens to me.
Marty also took Gonzaga after the elephant in the room prop.
Yeah, no,
Like the graphic was shared, and he goes, "I don't like this." I said, "You'll see."
And I was wrong. I admitted it. I was wrong, but Tampa Bay was a big bet for me.
God, that
was
ending.
scary as
Ev,
fuck.
that
It wasn't
was-
right for Big Ev, but I
Oh.
got to take a win when I got to take a win.
I mean, 20
That
and
was
17
scary.
at halftime.
That over.
Lo-
Yeah.
lost
I
the
know, I
over,
know,
too.
over,
Lost
too. I know,
both
over.
ways.
Yeah, you can't say like the spread was whatever. The over's fucked up.
Oh, and Gage
It
dropping
was just
that
the fact you
touchdown
lose
at the
both.
end.
I feel like Atlanta's a team like that who does that. They score $1 million and then fuck you on the over. I
Yeah.
feel like that's happened a couple of
They
I
times.
mean, he knows he
Yeah,
bet on
because
us for the last
Atlanta,
5 years.
think about if they literally had kicked a field goal in the second half, I couldn't have lost both. It would have been mathematically impossible if they scored any points.
And they were like the last play of the fucking Brady throwing that pick six.
oh, I was like,
But
oh,
that
I'm
is
good. I was like, I'm
crazy.
good. I was like, I'm going to win both of these.
You think he's he's the definite favorite for MVP?
Brady?
I know he's a plus 200. The closest one is 600 after that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
we'll look at the odds in a minute. Go through that conversation. Hit us up, Ben.
Sliding season is finally here, and Blender's Eyewear has all the fresh gear your head needs to get down on the slopes. Blender's new snow collection is cleaner, colder, and more colorful than ever. With 3 lines of goggles, extra lenses, helmets, and beanies, Blender's is hooking you up with good vibes all winter. Unlike expensive big brand shades and goggles that you've lost or smashed in the past, Blenders are actually affordable, so you're not going to cry as much when the inevitable happens. Blender's team of in-house designers are constantly coming up with new styles and colorways. Choose from the Nebula, Aura, or the all-new Lunar Collection. To score 15% off your Blenders purchase, visit blenderseyewear.com/PixVIP. That's blenderseyewear.com/PixVIP for 15% off. Blenders, rocked with pride worldwide.
You got 2 ads today?
I do.
Okay, all right.
Dion, shout out. By the way, guys, how about Jackson State?
Yeah, that was my luck.
All right.
That saved my weekend a little bit. I had speaking of responsible betting, and I do responsibly bet. I bet what I can afford to lose. I have a certain unit size. I had 16 of those units on Georgia. I had I was really, really, really confident on Georgia. It wasn't just like saying it on here. I wasn't saying it on the college football show. I was very, very confident Georgia was going to beat Alabama, and not just beat them handily. And
Someone said 3 touchdowns.
I absolutely thought they would beat them by 3 touchdowns. I did an alternate line up to 14.5.
Oh my God!
I thought Georgia. I thought it every single way you could think Georgia was going to beat Alabama. I had that game read wrong from the start, and it sucked because first quarter that Georgia, it was 10-0, and 10-0, and Alabama could not move the ball. Alabama couldn't do anything, and bang, they hit the one long pass, and they are off. Jamison Williams, by the way, you guys have the best receiver room in the country, and might have lost the best receiver in the country. That guy is a freak.
He's so fast. He's so fast.
It's breathtaking speed.
I just think what happened was I think like Olave and Wilson are better like all around receivers.
Right.
Like he played like he was the number 3 guy. Like he scored a touchdown in the Clemson game. Like he was on the field. But then JSN came in, who I think also who they both say is the best of all of them. There kind of just wasn't a spot. Like, he played, but he wasn't getting, obviously, he's not the number 1.
Man, that slant over the middle and him tracking
He's
it
special.
out and running away
so
from
fast.
Because, I mean, that's a Georgia defensive back. That's not a slow human being.
No,
he's
absolutely insanely fast.
And Alabama doesn't have the depth of elite offensive talent they usually have, but they have a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback who I think we can all agree locked up the Heisman Trophy on Saturday.
He did in the first half. Honestly.
Yeah, he did it by halftime.
Which sucks because Pickett went fucking lights out, too.
If he had not had a great game, Pickett would have won the Heisman Saturday night.
Which is kind of what we predicted.
Yeah.
And I still think it was worth a shot if you took it at 11.
I think Pickett really helped out his draft capital.
I do too.
And I think he'll take that when it comes down.
Who is the first quarterback taken this
I think it's going to be him now.
Could be it.
Could be
Yeah.
him.
Not a lot of
What about Hal? What about where's
Hal?
Sam?
Could be Corral.
We'll see how the
don't-
combine
I don't-
shakes out,
Carson
but
Strong too.
Hal showed me, I mean, he lost obviously 2 NFL running backs, but he doesn't have them.
And receivers.
Did he lose receivers?
Yeah,
also
he
said
lost Kelvin
he also
Brown,
top three
couple of
receivers.
Brown threw into the
yeah.
football
First
team.
round, though?
Not first round, but he lost
Okay, all right. Well,
NFL
more so,
draft picks.
he loses a running game, and all of a sudden they're not that great.
Yeah.
I'm down on Hal mediocre amount after this season.
To me, their team was down. I don't think Hal was down. I think Hal did everything he could for that team this year.
Okay.
I think Hal's talent dropped around him tremendously. He was running for his life. I think Hal's still – I think when he gets to the combine, he's going to resurrect his draft stock.
Not a lot of people know enough about Carson Strong.
He's playing in a bum knee all year, too.
Yeah.
I don't think people really care about what Howell's team did this year. I really don't. I feel like they would have been a 2-win team.
Well, draft
without-
guys won't care.
Yeah, draft guys. I know us like that, but I feel like you knew what he was anyway. You're gonna take him.
Style wise, if he doesn't have a great running back, it's
Yeah.
Was it you that said Josh Allen had to drop off his last year?
No,
Yeah.
I
He
did.
did?
You did. You did.
well,
but he did.
I noticed that.
Because I said before the year
definitely
even
a
started,
fact.
I said this was going to happen to Sam Howell. I said this was going to happen, and I still was going to like him regardless. Josh Allen, like there's a few examples of that happening. Josh Allen's the most recent one where he lost a couple, I think, guys that went to the NFL, or at least his top like 3 leading receivers, starting running back. He had a worse year.
He had a worse year at
his
Wyoming,
last year
yep.
than his second to last year. Obviously, it's turned out great. I just don't think that's an end all be all. I think he's going to be good. Like, I like Howell. And obviously, I've been the strong rider, and he's somebody who I'm telling you, in shorts, is going to light it the fuck up.
So
he has the best pure arm. Just strictly arm.
we're going to talk about the playoff in a minute, but Alabama beating Georgia kind of took the heat off what Oklahoma State did on Saturday. Oklahoma State showed up to play Baylor, and their quarterback had an all-time bad game. Gave Baylor touchdown drives of like 10, 30, 40 yards. Absolutely one of the – I think it's an all-time joke, and I don't think it'll be looked at as that because Georgia laid down so bad against Bama, but Oklahoma State just blew it. And I think if they win on Saturday, since he's out of this playoff.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. I wish they had won because then it would have made so much parity with the actual reveal of the playoff.
Right.
Them losing, it was so easy. I didn't even watch. Everyone knew what it was going to be, even in the order. But, I mean, I would have loved to see them literally have to sit there and sweat it out and be like, hey, we got one spot, 2 seats.
right.
Yeah.
I had a couple of issues with Gunn. First off, I did feel for him, a guy like that who
Right.
you might not like him. I don't think he really has pissed anybody off.
Yeah.
Like in his career, I think he had that rant. Like I don't know, he's a lifer.
Well, he had that. Well, he had that thing with Chuba Hubbard a couple years ago.
Chubba.
Chuba,
The shirt, yeah, he wore the shirt.
the shirt, the
Touchy
the
time.
conservative
whatever.
radio, and he had that amongst his team.
yeah, but did he? Okay,
he
whatever.
came through it though. He fought through it.
Yeah, did he? Was he outwardly saying whatever?
But even like the rant, it was literally him defending his guy.
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
If you're gonna blame someone,
Yes.
blame me.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
blame the kids.
Now he just whatever. All right. So if the locker room turned on him a little bit, okay, and I do apologize for getting that part of the story, but either way, their play calling sucked on 2 of those goal to settle for a field goal, and then late, and then the thing I kind of throw into who they throw to, defensive tackle,
Yeah.
or defensive end on that stupid play,
Right. He had 8 shots. He had 7 shots because he kicked a field goal. 7 shots within the 3-yard line, and 7. I think 6 of them were at the 1-yard line.
Yep.
And he has a running quarterback, and he ran the quarterback 0 times. 0 times.
The other thing is, too, I know the running back strings it out. You think you're supposed to turn that up
I think that running back
and run through a corner? Try to?
On an individual basis, that running back has to score that. That play was called well. It was a great play by the by the Baylor linebacker. But that running back, you're a Division I running back. You've got to score.
It looked like you had an angle too.
I almost think he a little bit like slowed up. It was like he got the edge for a second, and like watching it live, I'm like, oh, this is a walk.
He looped a little bit.
And then the guy got on his horse, and I was like, oh, fuck, he might not make it. And then he just didn't make it.
I still don't think he had to dive. I think he dove too early.
He did dive
too early. That's
true. But he gave up like a yard. He tried to loop a little bit to get around the gap, and I don't think the gap was even there. I think if it run straight, he probably gets it.
That's what I was going to ask,
and then
too,
ends up a yard
I
short.
think he was going to beat the guy in a foot race and then realized the guy was very fast.
That guy
was like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to make it, and then did not make it.
I
think the dive was almost a panic dive, and that's why it was too early.
Yeah.
And he just fucked up.
And speaking of that, Dave Aranda is a football coaching robot. Did y'all see the shot of him reacting to that play?
Yes.
He just stares at it and then is not happy at all.
Very much Brad Stevens at Butler when they hit a buzzer beater, and he just turns. He nods his head and walks and shakes his hand like Brad, robot
fucking
shit.
Jay Wright.
Yeah.
When Chris Jenkins buzzer beater to win that, he literally
that was the coolest
reacted.
thing in the world.
He barely even reacted.
It wasn't a barely react. He just bang.
Yeah,
he just
like that's so fucking quiet confidence.
National championship.
Yeah.
Did Mark Few do that last year too? Mark Few kind of did it. He
didn't win.
Talk about the
Jalen Suggs shot.
Oh, Suggs.
When Suggs hit the buzzer beater, it felt like he made a face and then just turned and was like sorry to the other coach or something like that. He found it.
See, I like that. I don't think that's robotic. I think that's having some sort of quiet confidence in you. Like,
just believing in your guys.
Yeah.
I think it's also
I know how much it hurts on the other side to fucking lose that way.
He recognized the moment for all of it. Like, we just hit a 30-foot off the bank buzzer beater.
Yeah,
that was
I love that more than going
crazy
absolutely
back and
ape
forth
shit.
game.
Brad Stevens had a beautiful quote about that, and that was a regular season game, and I think they beat Gonzaga in that. But he literally was like, he's like, it's all in the prep. He goes, the shot's either going to go in or not. He goes, ultimately, you don't change anything about that person. Nobody's better off. Nobody's worse. Like, it's more about the system than the journey, not the destination, I guess.
Staying in the moment.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right, selfish plug here before we talk about Alabama and Michigan. Selfish
Shocker.
plug is...
Sorry. Tired.
Wrestling is back now. College football is easing up a little bit. Wrestling is back. I have a 1-hour interview with Adam Cole of AEW, formerly of NXT. It went on YouTube this morning. Adam Cole. So check out Wrestling YouTube. Subscribe to it, please. It's now got 17,000 subscribers. It's doing good, doing really good, and hopefully gets better in the future as we have a lot of content coming this week for the relaunch. All right. Is there any part of you, because I've already been stared down by Dave today and argued down and yelled down, is there any part of you that believe there was possibly Michigan should be number 1 instead of Alabama?
So, obviously, I was with Dave at the Big Ten championship game, and we talked a lot about this after the game. I'm usually, I think I try to be like the voice of reason and even just I was like, listen, like, Bama beat Georgia by 17. Like, they're going to be number 1, whether that's just what it is. I don't think it really mattered. It mattered for Michigan in the sense that I think their journey now is much tougher, having to play Georgia, and then if they win Bama, that's going to be if they win those games, they are the best team in the country, no doubt about it. They deserve it.
Sure, yeah.
But I think Bama should have been 1. I mean, I think it's a coin flip because I do give them Michigan. Besides the Michigan State game, they really did kind of blow everybody out.
Nah, not Rutgers.
I almost wonder,
early in the
not
year.
Nebraska. No,
That's true. Early in the year,
I almost wonder if the committee kind of made a little bit of a ratings mistake here, because I feel like if you went ahead and did the Alabama Georgia rematch in the semis, that basically almost assures you having Michigan versus Alabama or Michigan versus Georgia, which nationally I think that's a much bigger championship.
Well, here's my thing. I guess we'll ask everybody. Do you agree that if you have 2 teams who can make it from a conference, you shouldn't worry about conference affiliations? And they could play in the semi.
I'm almost,
which I feel like they've protected for a while.
Because I know they're trying to avoid the rematch, but all they just did was set up a possible rematch in the championship game, which I think is the worst case scenario.
If you're saying 2 teams from the SEC can get in, then there's no reason that they can't be 2-3 or 1-4. Let them play in the semi.
I agree. But if you look at Michigan and Alabama, so who has the better win? I mean, Michigan's got a great win against Ohio State. Alabama's got the better win. Who's got the better secondary win? Alabama's got a win over Ole Miss. Michigan's second win is
Penn State, I guess.
Wisconsin, Penn State.
Probably smoking Iowa like that.
Smoking, yeah, it is Iowa.
The fact that they beat them 42-3,
yeah,
I
that's
think
their second. But on the counter, Michigan has a better loss than Alabama's got. So, but I still think Alabama on balance probably deserves number one.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument. I thought Alabama, like, it was pretty much clear that they were going to be number one.
This year, I think Alabama's won. But I do have a problem with moving. If that's what we're going to keep doing, protecting the non-rematch, then I have a problem with that. Because if you're going to get 2 in, then they should be able to play in the semi. You don't get to automatically have a shot at both of them being in the final.
So is there a full belief here that Alabama's about to waltz through this thing and win the national championship? Because I'm going to go back to Georgia. I think they got embarrassed. I think if they take the next month and get JT Daniels ready to play, they show up a different team against Michigan.
I don't trust Kirby to do that at all.
I think he's got to do it.
This man is addicted. He literally
Alabama made that a
seasons with a
shootout.
better quarterback on his bench. He loves it. He's too loyal. I remember going on a rant on this like last year. This is the difference. That I said it. We were talking about it before the show started. Nick Saban is the guy who will pull his all-year starter at halftime of a championship game. I don't think Kirby's that guy.
When Alabama made it a shootout, the game was over because Stetson Bennett was a knife to a gunfight. And you can't stare down a Heisman-winning quarterback with Stetson Bennett. But you now have a month. You got 4 weeks to get JT Daniels healthy and going. If you make that change, I feel like
he should. He's not going to. But
I think he will.
He plays it too safe.
He
should have did it in the middle of the season. He thought he got too cute. He thought things were going too well. Let's not change it up. No, if you can be better, then be better. Like he thought that he was drinking his own Kool-Aid. They were reading their own press clippings. Yeah. They're the best defense ever. They're this amazing team, the unanimous one. No one can beat them.
Never been tested.
They got shit pumped.
They weren't tested. They weren't tested all year, really.
And I think it'll happen again unless JT Daniels is the quarterback. Because with JT Daniels, they can sling it all over the place.
Right.
With Stetson Bennett, they certainly cannot.
Yeah, I agree. Marty?
I just think that the biggest thing that we weren't talking about is Kirby Smart, that he just can't beat Nick Saban.
He plays it too safe.
He just can't do it.
Yeah.
And even like when it was his game to lose or like his game to win, like it just doesn't have it against Saban. He chokes. Like it has to do with him.
I mean, think about even the last couple of years. The reason they weren't like championship relevant the last 2 years, he could have had Justin Fields as a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
But he played it too safe and he lost him, and he got stuck with Jake Fromm, and they were an team.
So what do y'all think about Michigan and Georgia? Everybody think – I mean, I believe Georgia's going to win a close game. I think it's a mirror image of each other.
I'm confused.
Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just with the game because I was saying before that this is Michigan has been very impressive.
Right.
Recency, Georgia's like, oh, well, maybe they are frauds, and now Michigan's getting 6 points. I feel like the public's gonna be all over fucking Michigan.
I think the 1 month break is the worst thing in the world for Michigan because this is not the same team as it was in the middle of the year. Mm-hmm. Something happened at Penn State when they hit that late touchdown. After that, they scored 42 against Ohio State. They scored 59 against Maryland, 42 last night. They're playing their hottest, best football right now. If they could play next week, I feel like their chances would be a lot better. But this month break hurts them.
I agree.
Another thing we were talking about before. I just said. I will whatever if kind of like Marty just said. If the public money is on Miami, or excuse me, on Michigan, I'm going to smash Georgia. If that's not the case, I'll be on Michigan as an emotional hedge.
I assume,
and I think they can keep it close.
I assume as well the public money will be on Michigan.
Which, if that's the case, hammer time Georgia.
Yeah, I think Georgia handily wins.
I kind of love the under because I think that defense has got to come. I mean, they're embarrassed. They're
What's that line?
They're hurting right now. I think I don't know what's the over, but it's
no, the over.
I don't know what it is.
I'll get it right now.
Yeah, get it right now, man, if you can. In fact, while you're getting that, actually, you can't read an ad and get it. Give me that ad, boy. Yeah. We have got Bare Bottom Clothing. Bare Bottom Clothing is a men's clothing brand, and they're on a mission to make the most comfortable, made-to-last menswear around while giving back to communities where their clothing is made. Comfy season is here. Okay, so one ad says sliding season is here, and one ad says comfy season is here. We got all kind of seasons going on right now. Stock your closet with comfort without paying the insane markups you see at other online big box brands. You can feel good wearing your bare bottoms because for each item you purchase, a nutritious school meal is donated to a child in need. Everything is built for value. You're getting the softest, stretchiest clothes in the game for a great deal. while doing some good in the process. For a limited time, Bare Bottom is giving you an incredibly soft tech tee or natural dye tee for free when you spend $150. And those tech tees are very, very comfortable. I have about 6 of them. They're fantastic to wear around the house. They're fantastic to wear in the office. I know Marty's a big Bare Bottom guy as well. You can also get 10% off your first order by going to barebottomclothing.com/picks. That's BEAR, like the animal, bottomclothing.com/picks. Mints.
Georgia 7.5 and 43.5. The line opened 6.5 and already went to 7.5.
Wow.
And the over/under's low.
So maybe that C bias is still stronger.
Well, no,
than I think.
early money are, early money certainly on Georgia, but with a month to go, and I think with the quarterback, I think it'd be silly to make a bet right now because
of course.
If JT Daniels plays, I really think Georgia's offensive ceiling increases tenfold.
100%.
And George Pickens, who had a big catch the other day, he's only going to get healthier in the next month. And he's like an Alabama-level receiver talent. Or Ohio State
he is.
level
He's very good. He's very, very
good. And if he gets going, then that offense could spend the next month getting a whole lot better. But it better. I just don't see Kirby making the change. I hope he does for his own sake. I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but he didn't have anything to correct him during the season. Alabama just served him a whole heaping helping of correction.
His own brain, what he sees in practice every day, should have corrected.
He doesn't have that brain. He's not. He is an accumulator, not a developer.
I think that's the difference between a Nick Saban who wins championships and him who goes to them sometimes and sometimes is in the mix.
It ain't over though. That's all I'll say. It's not over because. Listen, Oklahoma State handled Baylor by 10 points in the regular season, showed up in a championship, and went the other way. We've seen this happen time and again. Clemson and Notre Dame last year. I just feel like if you give Georgia another shot at Alabama, it's at least going to be a lot closer of a football game.
One thing that's interesting, I don't know if Cincinnati or Michigan can pull it off, but either one of them gets to the title game, they got home field in Indy.
That's true.
In Indy.
Yes.
Both definite home field advantage if they get to the championship.
You think that was Cincy though, but because even like
2 hours from Indy.
But if it's Cincy and Georgia,
that's true. Georgia
will travel.
I feel like Georgia more than Bama.
Bama will travel too. No,
Bama will travel, but Bama's been there every year.
All the Bama fans are broke from doing their bucket list trip so many times.
Yeah, and they'll travel, but Georgia will
you just get a new wave of Bama fans. Some
Georgia
kid who just graduated is 24 who's got a good job. Like he's going.
Georgia would hungrily travel.
Exactly.
They'd want to see it.
I will say, just speaking for obviously just at the game, it was way more Michigan fans at Indy, so obviously the game would be there again. The feel, I hate to have to speak for Michigan. The feel there of the Michigan fans was literally like Cleveland LeBron winning a title-esque, like a starving fan base who had just been throttled for years and years. Like they were so happy, so happy. They will show the fuck out if they go to the championship.
I agree. They'll show the fuck out in the playoff, in the semifinals.
It was. I'm telling you, it was in that stadium on Saturday. It was legitimately probably 75-25 Michigan.
One more college point, and then we're going to get to NFL football. I don't know how you can make it legal because they technically earned their way there, but I aesthetically, I can't have Iowa playing in these championship games anymore. No. I can't watch that team play football.
They were frauds all along.
They were frauds all along, but
we all knew it.
When they have one pass play. They have one pass play, and they try it over and over and over again. It's the fullback tight end dragging the flat. That's all they do ever.
They don't have one playmaker that you have to worry about. They don't have one playmaker that you get one-on-one and you're like, we're getting this guy the ball. Not one.
They don't have a half of that guy.
No. They almost had, so early in the game, they ran the little trick play, and they had it, and the guy he just overthrew him. It was like once that happened, they drove the ball down the field a couple times and just got stopped. They just had nothing for them. They're just bad. They're just not that good.
Also think it was a really, really fucking awesome play. I watched it 10,000 times. I think you have to say what Pickett did was illegal.
I think it was fun to enjoy once, but I don't know that you can allow it.
It should be banned because that defensive player got faked out because he can't do anything.
He can't, right. He did what he's supposed to do.
He's going to get penalized. And if he doesn't hit him, he just scored a touchdown.
Right.
He's fucked.
Yeah.
That was an awesome play. It's smart by him. It's not a rule, but that should be made a rule.
I think that's a rule-changing play.
I think it is too. Guy can't do a thing.
But I don't know how you...
Yeah,
how you adjudicate it
like, I didn't.
No, this is what you do.
This
is what you do. You go right for the waist. Or the upper body.
Yeah, but
when you slide, your waist becomes your head.
No, you get lower than that.
NFL football. So we got the Bills and the Patriots tonight. And is everybody leaning Patriots? I know you are.
No,
I'm on the Bills.
Patriots.
Most people are Bills.
Are they? I'm on the Bills as
Bills.
well.
I actually don't know yet because I have the under.
Game time decision.
I am.
You got the under?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a
Supposed to
Marty
be
Marsh
bad
know.
bet.
I've-
wind,
this
bad
is the-
wind.
I'm so the Hurts gonna be like a blizzard.
Good for the Patriots.
I'm on the Bills because
Why would
this
that
is
be good
really.
for the Patriots?
The Bills can't run the
Josh
ball.
Allen's
Because they
legs.
wanna run the
Josh
football.
Allen's legs.
They want to run the football.
Hey, look,
Bills can't run the ball.
this is kind of
Oh,
like
man.
a do or die game for McDermott in my mind. Like the Bills, if they really want to keep ascending or stay status quo, they need to win this game tonight.
I almost feel a little bit like you guys felt about Georgia. Not that the Patriots haven't been tested. They have. They've beaten good teams. But is it going to be this easy for the Patriots? Are they going to roll through this season like this, or are they going to face some adversity?
It won't be easy. Like I think it'll be a tough game.
Monday Night Football at Buffalo just screams a loss that you bounce back from.
Well,
to
this
me.
is like another threshold game for me. So the Patriots went from not being good preseason, let's like it's over,
They lost the opener to Miami.
right? To all right, kind of putting something together, to full-blown contender, and now this one would be favorite.
Number 1 seed, yeah.
Right. No, well, yeah, to me like
if they win, they'll literally
like
be
be-
in first.
like best team in the league type shit. If they beat Buff, like this is just another threshold type game. If they lose, they don't get knocked back down to like putting something together. They're still there in contender.
Right.
But this one is a big game if they can do it.
Is this? Forgive me, I just don't remember. Is this their first of two, or have they already played?
No, first of
First
two.
of two. Good, good. I thought that. I just didn't want to say it without.
well, that's why if they were going to lose one, this would be the one. Because if they lose this one, they are going to win in New England 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's these good teams when they have these division splits like that. All right, so more NFL football.
It's the second best team in the league, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are back though. I don't know if they're the second best team.
They're damn close.
Didn't really, like
Last night, like
yeah, they didn't.
Teddy
the
Bridgewater
Broncos, like
melted
I
down.
still
in
will.
that
The
win.
Broncos
He
were
couldn't play in the
betting
win.
wise +8.5 was the right side.
Look,
They choked point. They outgained them by like 140
Bridgewater
yards.
couldn't play in the wind.
Like their
at all.
their defense played after that first like 2 drives. Denver's defense played really well.
Muffed a punt and a pick six.
Yeah, muffed a punt. Like
and a pick
like
six.
Denver should have covered that spread.
the Chiefs' two biggest problems from when they were in downfall were turnovers, specifically in the red zone, and their defense. They're not turning the ball over
And their
anymore, and their
defense is really
defense is
good.
actually like
It is.
playing very well.
Sorensen getting a pick six almost made me throw up.
I am looking. I do love
That guy
the weekly Teddy Bridgewater throws a pick and whiffs on the tackle highlight.
No, not even whiff.
Yeah,
Just
just whiffs
like,
on even
eh.
making the effort.
He
Yeah.
should just go. You should go back to the sideline once he throws a pick. Seriously,
I think
what's
he
the
just-
point of being out there?
I think he should just sit down. Throws a pick, just sit down on the ground until the play's
Just
over.
try
No, because you
should
can
try
still
to
get
trip him.
you could still get like an
You
elbow
should like
drop
dive
on
on
you
the
or
ground
something.
and just hope they fall over him.
Stick your schlong out.
That too. He does have a massive cock,
Did y'all like the Ravens going for
big
two?
old penis.
I think that's a college move to me. To me, going for two in that situation is a college move. Like the Ravens are the better football team than the Steelers. I think you go to overtime there.
You also got Tucker.
Love it.
I love going
it
for two.
anytime.
It's like you think you're the better team, end it there.
He was open.
Do you believe in your guy? Like I just love the trust he has in Lamar. Like because if you ask him, like he would do it over again.
Okay, but here's what I don't understand about that. Believe in my guys. If I believe in my guys, I believe they can win in overtime.
I don't think
No,
it's
but
believe in
I'll
your
put it in their
guys.
hands right now.
Yeah,
and just
play
score a
decides
touchdown.
it.
I'm gonna lose the game.
Like if you don't
or
believe in
win
your
the
guys to
game.
get you 2.5
You
yards,
got 59 and a half minutes of everything that comes down to one play, and just one little inch here, the game's over.
I'll tell you what I don't
think
like.
it's believing in your offense though, because it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna end it on offense, right? I'm not gonna let a coin toss go and then they
Yep.
score. This is like it's my
I'm putting
game
the
to
ball
lose
in
or
my
win.
hands, in
Yeah.
our hands.
and the play call was right.
It was great. It was
should've
there.
worked.
It was there.
Yeah, it was
Lamar
right
just
there.
in shorter. He catches it, waltzes in, game over.
He's their goal line guy.
It's always a hindsight play too. I feel like because if they score that, everyone's like, "Oh, that's fucking
That's why
balls." That
you got to be
and-
consistent. Now, because I would do it over again. I guarantee you ask John Harbaugh, he would do it over again. The play was there. It should have worked. It didn't. You got to live and die with that.
Yeah, I almost will never begrudge somebody for being aggressive there, even if the analytics don't say it. But Rico has a point. The Justin Tucker factor. Maybe you play it safe for
No,
overtime.
that's not
that-
even what I
the
was going to
kicker
go at.
means
Here's
nothing
why.
to me.
Here's why I would go for it. I think more teams are going to lean towards going for it. Maybe it's just me, is 10 minutes in overtime going pretty quick sometimes when you watch these games?
Yeah.
Not 15. Especially the Steelers. They start putting together a drive to nowhere. Maybe it's 6 minutes. And now all of a sudden, I got a 4-minute offense to come back down. I don't like the 10 minutes in overtime. I agree with him going for 2. I think more people should lean towards that.
And I think the kicker does matter because when it gets deep in overtime and you have somebody who can just go out there and boot a 50-plus yarder guaranteed, it's that much more valuable.
One last factor:
That's fair.
Lamar's dual threat passing running ability makes you feel better about a 2-point conversion than a
That's how I
standard
feel
team.
about
They
it
didn't
too.
use that.
Sure.
No, I know.
No, I don't hate going for
just
2.
but just like the factor of it just being there, like he could have easily called that too. Like the play they called was there.
Rico, you're right. That's the dumbest rule in NFL football.
Very stupid.
Yeah.
Playing 15-minute quarters.
These
and then-
overtimes get quick fast.
Yeah, 10 minutes is not. You need that extra 5
Get
minutes.
late fast, I should say.
I have no idea why they take it down. I mean, is that taking care of CTE right there? Those 5 minutes
Yeah,
that
right.
they don't play?
We've already added a 17th game, but for the rarity of overtime,
Yeah.
for 2 teams that are equal over
Makes no
60
sense.
minutes, let's cut it down to 10.
And the fact that we could still tie just makes no sense.
The Lions.
Not bad.
Not that bad.
Not that
You're saying
bad.
they weren't that
I don't
bad.
have the energy in me today. I don't. They
Hey,
were.
good for Jared Goff.
Yeah. Do you see his girlfriend?
See you, Big F.
Do you see his girlfriend?
I didn't see his
Great
girlfriend.
video. She was
Great
she's
video.
a swimsuit Sports Illustrated model, and she was like doing her shoot, and someone like told her that the Lions won, and she like freaked out and started crying.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
amazing.
Also, Goff going up and hugging Dan Campball.
I love
saw
That
that.
was a big.
Dan
tell you,
Campbell with
Jared
the game
Goff.
ball.
Yeah.
I love Jared Goff. Mush Madness watcher. I enjoy.
What? Really?
Oh yeah, him and Scott Van Pelt were going at
By
it.
the way, Mush Madness probably should make a return.
I think it should too. I just gotta get pots.
You made that a quarantine thing. I think that would play in normal
I
circumstances.
got a quick idea for Christmas week, too.
Okay, I like that.
Are we doing
Just a
anything
little
for ball?
hint.
Are we doing anything for ball games?
Well, Rico will come up with the idea later, and we'll squeeze Marty and Big F out of it.
means.
What are you doing?
Never mind.
Playing sorry. Oh, Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah. No, we wanted to play high stakes Monopoly for a long time. I don't hate that.
No. It's
I
He
need
thinks
to
he's
see
the
this.
best Monopoly player
I
ever.
memorized the
when it's
board. I
literally
need to see the whole
it's the
thing.
roll of the die.
It's
You know,
just
90% of the
dumb.
time.
He is.
Thank you, Zah.
Zah.
Like it's just dumb for you guys to play because I am so good.
All right.
There's not as much strategy behind it as you think
Yes, there is. You can't roll ever so well.
You
every
live
time.
your entire life without strategy whatsoever, and you have
Besides-
strategy in Monopoly?
I know exactly what to do.
He gets
Yeah.
mad if you go like this. You
Yeah,
have
if
to
you
know
do
the
that,
rules.
You
He's
do. I
crazy.
do agree. You do need to,
Oh, going-
have
I don't
a
know
little
this
ethics.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I have never finished a game of Monopoly in my entire life.
We play games.
I always
of,
started one, but
We
never.
play games of Monopoly in an hour.
It's because most people play it wrong. That's a whole other conversation.
I just played to go around the board.
I
see
lived
what
with like a
happens.
board game like Savant, and he hated. He's like Bobby Bacala, the 200 on the thing. You don't play with that.
Oh,
you can like
yeah.
trade. There's a lot of things that
You
people.
have to trade. I played 3 times a day in college for 5 days a week.
No chance. You played 3 times a day?
Swear on my life.
It's
When we
actually
woke up,
time well spent.
yeah,
Did y'all not have a PlayStation?
we did, but it was just we play money games of Monopoly, and that's how I would go out on that money but it got heated because everyone started getting really good.
Yeah, I would think it would get heated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like legit fights.
there is no better. You know, people think college is great for girls, for drinking, for all that, and it is.
Academics.
For academics, it's also great for those little competitions you have with your boys, whether it's
Oh my
those
God.
Video
all-night
game.
Madden sessions, all-night NCAA.
Tiger Woods was a big one.
Every guy's thing about college is like, oh yeah, we like everyone's idea is like, oh, we partied,
Right.
went after girls. No, you didn't.
No.
You all stayed in and had a we played Monopoly. You played fucking Madden. You had something with the boys.
Throw
and
a fucking
didn't even
throw
go
something
out.
down the
Yep.
hall.
Lots
Me
of
and
online
my-
poker. Lots of online poker.
Prank wars. Who could wake each other? I used to lean at golf. We had some kind of like golf clubs. It was a golf course by. I used to lean it on the door. They'd open the door and hit the kid's foot.
I used to play Don't Wake Daddy, and I used to try and take my boy's bed out and put him in the shower when he's still sleeping.
We would play NCAA football football until the sun hit us in the eyes.
Oh, that was a big thing with us. We would do that, or we would do NBA seasons, but never play a game and just be the GM and sim it and see.
Oh,
like
God,
that.
we had an
Those are the
NCAA. We had
best.
an NCAA football franchise that got mysteriously erased
It happens.
one time.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Me and a couple of boys.
Wars were almost started.
We used to have NBA Live used to have a dunk contest, and we would set the dunk contest. None of us would play. It would be all simulation.
Yeah.
We'd watch it and we'd bet on it.
I didn't want to play. I just want to simulate. I used to know the draft classes for college basketball so well because some guy would put he would do the rosters and shit. Like I knew about Leaky Black for fucking 8 years ago. Guy, he was like 14 when I was playing.
More NFL football. So Washington football team wins again. The Dolphins have won 5 straight. You okay, buddy?
I don't know, dude. I was just so sick like 2 weeks ago.
Might be your weekend habits. You ever think about that?
No, I don't. I haven't smoked. I was fucking in Indianapolis.
All right. Well, welcome back.
I'm good.
So what else we got? We got 5 minutes before we get to picks. We're probably missing something in the NFL. Chargers beat the Bengals. You know, I thought that was a good time to fade the Bengals, and I got lucky on that one. But yeah,
2 things. One, Tommy Fury is a pussy.
Facts.
And Alabama beat Gonzaga.
Oh, third thing. So Friday, Rough and Rowdy returns. Yeah. You'll be out. Y'all leaving Wednesday, right?
Wednesday we're leaving.
Wednesday through Friday. You guys will be gone. But Wednesday, I'll also not be here Wednesday.
That's fine. I'm here.
So Friday, Jersey Jerry and Jeff Nadeau. It's about respect, and that'll be I think it's Rough and Rowdy 16. Dave, Dan, and Robbie Fox on the call. The whole group. You know, it'll be a Rough and Rowdy. You know it. You love it. It's fantastic. Buy rnr.com this Friday, Rough and Rowdy.
Rico, being selfish again, will be at home.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how many people can be in his corner?
Yeah, well, you know, we've been fighting about it for months, but it's fine.
Who's been fighting about it? You and Rico?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
He's got morals.
How morals?
Also, I know that you got morals, right? But this enemy that you created in your mind, by the way, this enemy is about to possibly get beaten up. Why wouldn't you want to be there for that?
Also, have you declared who you want yet? It's time.
I would like to just not declare that. I would like to be in the middle.
What side are you on?
It's always been Jersey Jerry.
I like
Obviously,
Jeff
you don't
Nadeau
mind.
when he's in here and talks gambling. I like Jersey Jerry.
No, I mean, that's fine. You could like both, but you got to pick who you think's going to win.
Well, I'll probably end up picking Jersey Jerry. He's the Barstool guy. But I do worry about Jersey Jerry. Listen, it's known that he had COVID, right? Mm-hmm. Boy, well, I don't know where his breath's going to be. I don't know. I wasn't right for a month after COVID, and he's going to have to get in there and fight. I think he's
No
probably
disrespect. You're 40.
I think he's
27.
probably the better puncher. I think he's probably the tougher guy. But I think that. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just – so I think probably –
I think it's over second round.
if you made me bet on it, I would bet Jersey Jerry.
If it gets past the first round, it's going 3.
No, I think
The amount of gas that's being.
They'll just be laying on each other
I
at that
think
point.
the first round is going to be they feel each other out too much, and then the second
I
round
think
is where
I think
unless
it's
you
gonna
know
be a
something I don't know,
haymaker
I think Jerry's coming out
Come on.
throwing.
Yeah.
and I seriously don't think Nadeau can. I think he's going to try and run away.
Well, that's why it could be a 1-round fight if that's how it works. All right, picks. I don't know who's leading, but whoever
You know
is leading.
damn well who's leading.
Is it you?
Of course.
Okay, well I didn't know that. Smitty, go first.
Another Ice God night. I believe we have the Washington Capitals -1.5, as well as score first to win, and the shutouts special +800. Stars as well, part of the parlay, and we got the Bills.
Rico Bosco.
I am on Houston.
It's Houston with an H.
Yeah. Is it Alfred State? Yeah, over 132.5.
You just made that team up.
That's who they're playing. Houston might score.
Alcorn State.
Alcorn State.
Alcorn State.
Okay, I had an autocorrect. Alcorn State.
Alfred State.
I know. I was confused. Houston might score 1 million tonight. They did whatever they wanted against Bryant. Morehead State -10. It's 10.5 in the parlay, and I'll take the Patriots +3.
Big F.
I'm on Iowa -3. I'm on Kent State -5.5, and the best bet of the night, Patriots +3.
Marty Mush.
I'm going to I'll pick the Patriots Bills game later. I have the under there. I got Florida -22.5. That one's my favorite play of the game. They're going to smoke them. And then Iowa -3. Iowa's a lot better than people think.
TJ, I'm on the parlay.
I'm just
as
worried
well,
about your
obviously.
Patriots Bills under. That doesn't seem like a Marty bet. I'm worried about you.
I just feel like it's gonna be. I'm worried too, especially 41. That's such a. I usually don't care. Take the over.
Yeah, TJ, I got the Pick Central parlay on my card as well.
I don't.
Well, wait. So we all going to put it on our card? Wait, I don't think.
You don't want it on the card?
I'm going to, yeah, but
How about
I can put it on
this?
your card?
Me, no.
Only the 3 guys in it get to put it on their card.
Yeah, but the problem with that is we'll have to talk about this.
All right,
Wait a
fine.
second. So you put your pick
I'm
on
gonna
this
put it
card?
on
You
there.
force it on your card?
No,
You're
no.
not even going to take it?
No, that's
you
not what
coward.
I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's
Big
not,
Ed, would you have taken the
That's
Pick
not what
Central
I'm saying.
parlay
It
if you picked the
becomes-
card tonight?
I would have Pats plus 3
I'm
would have been
going
on
to
it.
take
Yeah, not today.
I'm going to say put it on my card. That's fine. All I think that becomes a self-fulfilling thing that when you are in the top 3 and then you put it out on your card, it hits. You will never come out of that top 3. Which
Got
is-
it.
We honestly
All
should
right.
just never.
Yeah.
We should never.
True.
We shouldn't.
He's
That's
got
a fair
point.
point. That's a fair point.
We keep it as a little bucket of
We
just
either
Pick
all put it
Central.
on our card or we.
Yeah.
Or,
No one puts on the card.
Okay,
one
nobody.
puts it on
No.
the
Okay,
card.
TJ, take it off
You
my
can
card.
bet it, though.
That's a
But-
fair, rational point.
I agree.
And track the units. See how it does. Go ahead, Minz.
Do I get to make picks?
yes.
But I got the Bills by 3. Florida, I'm with Mush on Florida. They should kill Texas Southern. I got the Phoenix Suns by 8 at home with Spurs. Adding Josh Allen over 36.5 yards rushing. The difference in this game is going to be Allen's legs in this bad
like
weather.
it.
Let's also not forget that we were in the midst of shitting on Brandon Walker, and Mincy just tweets a text in the group chat. The Sugar Bowl liked my tweet about Ole Miss.
We weren't just shitting. Y'all were shitting on me, then I shit back on y'all. I was like, all right, well, I'm getting all this.
It's a very toxic conversation.
It was a
Quick
toxic-
shout out to West Point, Mississippi High School State runner-up.
Put my picks up there. Put my
Reign
picks
of
up there.
terror continues.
My picks up there. I got the Bills -3, the Grizzlies +5, Nuggets +4.5, Wolves -2. Pick Central Parlay is out there, and remember, Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. Buy your tickets.